This is the table to learn the anesthesia required in various phases and in different circumstances. So we have require anesthesia in 3 phases, that is induction, maintenance, and the muscle relaxant. Now induction, we have propofol. For maintenance we have sevflurane, and for muscle relaxant we have vecuronium. So let us correlate this with this graphonomic picture. Now for induction we have propofol. So you must be seeing that this is a boat with a propeller. Now propeller depicts propofol. In same way, maintenance you have sevflurane, and sevflurane can be written as seb in Hindi, and therefore these apples are falling from the top. So these can be this sevo refers to seb, and therefore in maintenance default that we have to remember is sevflurane. And this is and from for muscle relaxant point of view, this is a way that is going to infinity, this black road. So for that we can give it that vecuronium is default. So one thing our basic is clear now, that for induction we will use propofol. For maintenance we will use sevoflurane as shown by the falling apple, and for uh, muscle relaxant we will use vecuronium as shown by the uh, road, that is a way that is going in to infinity. So here is a way that is going in distant farther space, and therefore from way we can remember that it is vecuronium. Now we move on to learn the exception. Now first, in induction phase, what are the exceptions? See here what we are seeing, there is a atomic bomb is being exploded here, and Katrina Kaif, who is wearing panty on her thighs, is in the midst of this nuclear bomb. So what we can remember is that atomidate, atom bomb, represented by atom bomb atomidate, and ketamine Katrina is represented by ketamine. Katrina and Kita are similarly sounding names. And then we have her panty on thigh, so we can remember it is thiopantone. So we must remember that you must have seen that thiopentone is being studied in neurodrugs. So thiopentone is neuroprotective, so it is used in neurosurgery. And Katrina Kaif is hot, so she can be used in asthma to respire. And if one sees Katrina, then his heart rate increases. So CVS we have ketamine. Now our one thing is shorted, that is the induction phase. Now let us move on to the second, that is maintenance phase. In maintenance phase you have to remember that sevoflurane is default, and देश के लिए pro रहना है, that is for our country we have to remain pro. So what are pro represents? For pediatrics, renal and obesity we use desflurane. Therefore this child is a pro, having Indian flag printed on his t-shirt. So it is showing that he is there for a desh like a pro. So maintenance is also covered. As pediatrics, pro represents pediatric renal obesity in which desflurane is being used. Now we move on to the last one, that is muscle relaxant. We had remembered that this wave was going into the infinity, so vecuronium is a default setting, but there is a shisha being used or a mirror being used in muscle relaxant. So you have to remember that this shisha or mirror is for a fat child, and fat can be due to either he is obese or there is decreased protein in the body. And if he is obese, then we will use shisha also. And if he is obese because of reduced protein, it can be due to increased protein loss by the renal system or decreased liver synthesis by the liver. So ultimately they will lead to edema and child will appear fat like. So whenever in maintenance in muscle relaxant, we have to recall that the exceptions are in which the child is fat. So it would be obese, renal failure, and liver disease. So sisa atracurium is being used in these three situations. And you have to remain separately that in daycare you have to use rocuronium and sugamadex. And you have also to remember that this is atracurium. Since is being used in liver and renal disease, it is being eliminated by Hoffman elimination.